Welcome to Avalon State of the Arts, where we explore different components and dimensions of our school, Avalon School of the Arts, and its music counterpart, the Avalon Music Academy of Holland.
We're your hosts, Rich and Marie, and we look forward to sharing interesting topics about our school in a fun, easy-to-listen-to format.
Because my mom, who founded our school, taught me, if you're not having fun with this, then you're not doing it right. Well, hello, Avalonians, friends and families, students, well-wishers, everyone. We're glad to have you here with us today. And oh my gosh, I can't believe we are almost halfway through November. This school year has just flown by. So what that means is, in music news, we're finishing up our signups for our music Christmas recitals. They are due by November 15th. So if you haven't had a chance to sign up for our recital, by all means, head to the office or give us a call, 616-834-0854. We also have online signups available that list teachers' recital times and everything. That's on bit.ly/Avalon Christmas 24. So just a couple days left on that, as well as a couple days left on our voice lesson special. Voice has been in huge demand, so we're opening a new day of voice on Wednesdays. And we have a special going on now through November 15th. That's free registration and your first lesson free by using promo code SINGOUT. So, of course, you can give us a call or just stop in the office, or you can sign up online. Another one of those bit.lys is bit.ly/Avalon Music Reg, R-E-G. All right, so since the holidays are upon us, we've begun our holiday food drive with a Community Action House, which is now through December 14th. And students and families can bring food in and donate it in the lobby boxes. There's some big boxes you'll see on the dance entrance and at the music entrance also. And when you do, let the office know or let your teacher know. And we'll get you a raffle ticket, as we will be raffling off prizes weekly throughout the duration of this run through December 14th. So be sure to bring some items in. I have them all listed off on the lobby TVs as far as like the things they're most in need of. And as we're getting closer and closer to the holidays, you might imagine, yes, our Nutcracker rehearsals are in full swing. That's going to be featured in today's segment. As far as the details, the shows are Friday, December 6th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, December 7th at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. So I was actually just on the ticketing site today, and we're about 75% sold out, which is pretty crazy considering we got a lot of time to go until the show. So please get your tickets today so that way you get in on all of the holiday fun. You can get them online at the third bit.ly today already, bit.ly/tickets Avalon. And today we're going to be doing a lot of talk about the history of the Nutcracker, what we got going on this year. So here we go. Well, hello there, Marie.
Hi, Rich.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
I am having a lovely day. You know, we've been really busy. We're signing up new music students every day.
Nice.
Which is exciting.
That's good. It just keeps on going.
Oh, yeah. You know, it would have been yesterday, we started a new trumpet student. And one of the things that was really kind of fun is that it's like they've discovered it for the first time, you know, so
yeah.
it's new and exciting. And so it was great for me because, you know, I'm here like every day.
Yeah.
So it's fun for a student to like walk around. Oh, wow, this is so cool.
It's always exciting when somebody is having their first experience here at Avalon, and it's a good one. So
yeah, you know, I was talking to some people about teaching, and one of the things is I'm kind of cutting back on my teaching, so I have time to do all the phone calls and promotion and all that kind of stuff that I do, and it does get a little bit melancholy from time to time because I love having a student that has a breakthrough, and you never know when those are going to happen.
Yeah, that's
but
absolutely true.
The thing is, it kind of takes me back to when I started playing, and it's like you discover this one thing, and suddenly it's like you're magic.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
But enough about that, because we are here today to talk about dance, and more specifically, to talk about Nutcracker.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Nutcracker, and in honor of our discussion about Nutcracker, I am wearing a very vintage Nutcracker sweatshirt, as you can see.
Wow.
It is one of the original show shirts from Nutcracker. This actually belonged to your mother, and it was probably from 2007, I'm going to estimate. This was the 2007 show shirt. So,
yes.
And it's my favorite, and unfortunately our dog got a hold of it and chewed the cuff. But then it just has a little bit more character and a little more story to tell. So
yeah, I see. It has the old show font.
That's right. We've got our old. It says Avalon Theater on it, and it's in the brush. What was that? Brush MT.
Script MT or something like that.
So that was our original.
The official
Avalon
font
logo
of
font.
community theaters nationwide.
I guess so. Yeah.
And then you got the old, and then if you look up the sign, you got the new.
Yeah.
Consider, and also the new one that I'm so proud of.
Yeah, Rich is really proud. If you drive by and you, I'm looking at it right now, it's hilarious. He put up on our, what is that screen called? The LED signage or whatever?
The monument sign.
What is it?
It's a monument sign.
Monument sign. If you look on the monument sign, there's a hilarious graphic of a Nutcracker battling a rat queen, but it's the most rough looking rat queen you've ever seen. It's really funny.
The inspiration for that was, and maybe I'm kind of dating myself here, but in the 80s, the WWF, World Wrestling Federation, was like a big thing.
SmackDown.
So that's like a promo of a wrestling
Okay, I didn't think about it that way, but you're right.
And I thought that it's kind of interesting to visualize the Nutcracker as just being a battle between the Nutcracker and the Rat Queen.
I love it. That's actually really funny. Yeah.
So we have then been doing the Nutcracker for how long? What's our history with it?
This is a little bit of an up in the air question. And since we've been, Avalon's been going for 20 years, 20 years ago was a really long time ago. And so I don't have my records of our very first year of business handy. I don't think. So that would have been 2005. 2004. We for sure, our first year did not do a Nutcracker because Ruthie was still really involved over at Holland Civic Theater. So I think she probably did Nutcracker or some other Christmas show there. The following year, 2005, we might have, or 2006, I would say. We probably put on a Christmas show and it would have been Nutcracker. So back then, it was a play. So it was run by our theater department. Trinity Bird at the time would have been the director. And we had it mostly just as a play, but then we added in some dance elements to it as well. And, put in the, Tchaikovsky's traditional music and added it to that. And so that kind of grew and grew over the years. And then after your mom passed away, we, kind of went through a phase where we weren't sure we wanted to do the Nutcracker anymore because it seemed like something that was so tied to her and her being a part of it. And so it just felt kind of sad after she had passed. And we knew that we needed to give it a little bit of time before we did it again. And we did a couple years after that where we did a different Christmas show. We did Merry and Bright, which was kind of like a variety show. And then we did... Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, we did Elf Jr. first, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
We did Elf Jr. Then we did Merry and Bright, which was a review. And then we did the Avalon Christmas Special, which was a play that you wrote that we had some dance performances in as well. And then in 2019, we decided that we were going to bring it back, but not as a play, as a ballet. And so since 2019, we have done Nutcracker every year as a ballet, and it's been a little different every year. During the COVID years in 2020, that was, gosh, I feel like this is a recurring theme in our podcast. We anytime we talk about the COVID years, we're like, oh gosh, that was so weird because it was so up in the air. We didn't know what was going on. And so you always just had to keep improvising and coming up with a solution. And as we were approaching Thanksgiving that year, we had, there was going to be another shutdown, right? Where the kids were going to have to stay home from school and everything. And we knew that we had a very limited amount of time. We had done all this work to prepare for it, and we weren't going to be able to perform it. So it was right before Thanksgiving in November. We went to Lawrence Street Park in Zeeland, and we performed it outside and videotaped it outside, which was, it was so cold. It was so incredibly cold.
I was there. I remember because
it was so rough.
Like I was the Renegade Gonzo video crew, right?
Yeah, it was wild. We over a couple days, we just called all the scenes in there to get down there into the Lawrence Street pavilion there, or amphitheater, and perform. And we videotaped it, and that was a crazy time. The kids were such champs. It was pretty amazing. But we did it, and we had a recorded Nutcracker that year, and then the following year we were back on stage.
So do you know how I know how cold it was there?
No, why don't you tell me?
I will, because you may have forgotten that the person that we had lined up to be Mother Ginger hadn't shown up yet, and we had a very limited time to get it going. So then I had to change into Mother Ginger outside in the freezingness, and it looked like I was going to have to do it. But then...
So it wasn't Eric's fault that he wasn't there too. I had forgotten to tell him to come, unfortunately, for that recording day. So we did end up actually getting to record that scene again with him. But you were such a champ, being willing to put on the Mother Ginger wig and all that. Got to take one for the team.
Well, that's one thing I learned from my mom, is the show must go on.
And it did.
Exactly.
And it did.
There's no sick days in theater or rock and roll.
Okay, well, we should put that on a shirt.
I will.
I like that. So that's kind of a little bit of the history of Nutcracker. And if there's any Avalon alumni listening, or people who were really little and did Nutcracker back in the day who are still Avalon students, they will remember a lot of the lines, the script to the old play of Nutcracker. There's the iconic, it's snowing, oh, what beautiful snow. We feel it, we love it. Oh, how it makes us glow. And it's so funny because we did that play so many times, the parents would stand in the back row, who were ushering and were, helping manage the house, and they would kind of mouth the words to the whole play because they'd seen it so many times. And it's snowing became kind of like a studio-wide joke. Yeah, so good memories.
All right. So, as far as then the most recent ballet run of the Nutcracker. So, I was talking to a student about this earlier today, actually, in that, we've done it for years, but the thing is, the music is so amazing and it's so wonderful that I never tire of it. It's one of the things I look forward to hearing every year. And, when I think about the majesty of Tchaikovsky, there's a few things that come to mind. For one thing, just the scope of it is just amazing, and his use of... angularity, where, I've looked at Tchaikovsky's scores and even, in adapting it to the piano or whatever, it's interesting how things would be going along and then suddenly it just takes a quick turn that you weren't really, expecting.
Or you think the end of a phrase is coming.
Yeah.
It's not, it's wait for it, and then you eventually get there.
And then you're there, and then you get back on track with everything, right?
Yeah.
But also, too, just like I was saying, the enormity, the hugeness of the themes, it's so wonderful to hear, and I love it every year.
I do, too, and I will say, I never get tired of it. I don't even foresee a time when I will, because it's just, the music is so beautiful. The kids are different every year. We cast them in different parts every year, so it's always fresh and new. And, I think there's a reason that this story is the most performed ballet of all time. I mean, around the world. And, even in the state of Michigan, if you were to count up the number of productions of Nutcracker, like there are many in many communities, and because it resonates so much with the Christmas spirit and the tradition, and also because you can interpret it in so many different ways. So many people put interesting spin on the story and how they present it. So you could see a dozen different productions of it, and none of them would be the same. So yeah,
so
I love
that being said, how is this year's production different than past years?
Oh, good question. So there's a lot actually new this year. We have a new dance that we added in. It's the Gumdrops. So it's using a piece of the original score that we've never used before, which is the name of the movement is the Magic Castle. It's just part of that original score, and we've never had occasion to use it before. But we had so many kids audition this year that in order to give some of them another opportunity to perform, to provide more opportunities for students to be on stage, we added in this new dance. So I choreographed it. We've got really pretty costumes for it, and it's another large group ballet piece, but it's for the basically the 9 to 11-year-olds. So it's really good. So they just had their last rehearsal with it on Sunday, and they finished their dance. It looked really beautiful. So, but other than that, we have a new children's dance in the party scene. There's the spinning top doll has a new costume, which is awesome. Allison DeYoung, one of our dance moms, designed it for her. It's beautiful. We didn't have the rag dolls dance in the Dolls of Drosselmeyer last year. We're bringing those back. We have new costumes for all of the flowers, which was kind of something I've been wanting to do for several years. And then we had the funds to do it this year to replace their costumes. So they are really beautiful. And we kind of customized and embellished them a little bit. And there have been a lot of parents of the cast members, moms who've been sticking around on Saturdays to help with those costumes. So it's really neat to have the parents kind of rallying behind the costume work too, and having some time to hang out with one another and chit chat while they work on costumes. So that's been cool. And then we have an Avalon alumni participating as father and as a battle Nutcracker. So that's Kyle McGinnis. So Kyle was actually, when he was a student, he was the Nutcracker in that 2020 performance that we ended up having to do outside. So he never really got a chance to do his Nutcracker performance on stage. So this is kind of nice that he'll be able to do that. He's a lot of fun, very animated. And yeah, I think that's most of the new stuff that's going on. So in adding dances to accommodate the number in the cast, is it safe to say that this is our largest Nutcracker ever? I think so. And then how many kids do we have participating? So we have 127 kids in the cast. Wow. Which is huge. It's a big undertaking to cast that many young people. They're between the ages of 6 and 18. And that requires a lot of effort on the part of the adults and the faculty who are helping to organize all those kids so that they can do everything that they need to successfully be choreographed the way they need to be. And we have 13 adults, so faculty members who are a part of that and helping to coordinate all of the kids. And I will say, though, even though I think it is the largest group we've ever had, they are the quietest group, which is kind of a funny thing to say. But when we do our full cast rehearsals for Curtain Call, we start rehearsing Curtain Call pretty early on because it's so many bodies and, coordinating the kids coming on stage for their bows. They're just quiet. They're so good. we don't have to like over and over be like, okay, everybody quiet down. There's a lot of people in here, whatever. They're just, you were like, okay, everybody, it's time to focus and do this. And they just do it. It's amazing. So Miss Joellen and I were both like, wow, this is crazy. This cast is just so serious and focused. Like they care about it so much. It's really neat to see. So
That's really cool.
yeah.
So then also like backstage.
Yeah.
Is that a combination of students?
Yeah, so that's something we believe in and we lean into whenever possible is having a student run backstage. So another one of our alumni, Caroline Chesser, is coming back as our stage manager. She used to stage manage for us when she was a high school student, and I think she's a sophomore this year. This is her second year of college, and she's coming back again to stage manage for us. But the whole crew backstage is all students. And I think they're all high school students. There might be a couple middle school students in there too, but like moving the set, managing people with their entrances, all of that is all coordinated by the students. It's really neat. And they do an absolutely phenomenal job. They take it really seriously, which is great.
All right, so how do people get tickets for this amazing show?
So ticket sales are online. You can get to the website for ticket sales a couple different ways. You can go to our website, which is avalonschoolofthearts.com, and on the homepage there's a button that says purchase Nutcracker tickets here. There's also on the side navigation, there's a tab that says Nutcracker, so you can go to that for all sorts of details. Or you can just directly go to the website avalonschoolofthearts.ludus.com, and Ludus is spelled Ludus. So avalonschoolofthearts.ludus.com for tickets, and it's pretty easy. It's just an online ticket purchase. Yeah.
And as you see on the side of the monument sign.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that.
There's I did a shortening of it, and that shortening of it also will then be our homepage for any of the Ludus events.
Oh, that's
that
great.
We do.
What is that website?
It's bit.ly tickets Avalon.
Bit.ly, and then is there a slash?
Yeah, there is.
Slash. Okay. Can we put these in our show notes so people can click on them in like an episode description? The link?
I think
so. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So tickets are $17 in advance, and they're $20 at the door.
And, of course, this being a kids' show, it's appropriate for all ages?
It is. The show times are December 6th, which is a Friday, at 7 p.m. And then there's 2 earlier shows on Saturday, December 7th at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. So it absolutely is appropriate for all ages. Maybe not like infants, but kids under the age of 2 can sit on your lap to watch, or you can get them their own seat. It is fast-paced. It is funny in some parts. It's bright and cheerful in colors, and it's very engaging for little ones. So yes, it's definitely appropriate for all ages. And the entire run with intermission is about an hour and 20 minutes, which is great because then you don't have to sit there for 2 hours with little ones. So yeah, I would encourage it. And then that 11 a.m. show, I think that's an ideal time to bring little ones because it's before lunch, before nap time, and then So
and so for intermission, of course, you can go out in the lobby, mingle, go to the restrooms. We're going to have snacks and stuff?
No, we don't do snacks, but we have flowergrams that you can buy for cast members. And then, I don't know, are we going to do the sing-along this year?
Yeah, I don't see how we couldn't.
Okay, we've done that the last several years. That's been really great. We sing Christmas carols together during intermission. I love that.
All of my greatest hits package
love it.
Of Christmas songs.
Yeah.
All right, now to wrap things up, do you have a favorite Nutcracker memory?
I was thinking about that, and I think it was, of course, very special when, like, our own children, Julia and Jack, were, in the show. That was always, like, such a special thing to do together with them, and to watch them on stage was always really very meaningful. But I would say now, like, every year, I feel like this was the best show ever. Like, this was the best we've ever done it. Like, I don't know if we can do it any better. And so it always feels like there's so many treasured memories. it's really beautiful to see the friendships that are made among the cast members. Events like Nutcracker bring together kids in a cast that would not normally maybe meet each other because they're from all different area schools, but they're not all in the same classes here at Avalon. So it kind of mixes everybody together a little bit more. It really does help to build the community in a different way. And one thing I think is really special is that there are always really beautiful memories made from like the youngest cast members between those relationships with them and the older kids in the cast, because the older cast members really, they remember, we talk about this, about what it meant to them when they were, 6 years old and they were a snowflake or something like that, and who they looked up to and what their experience was like as a little one. So watching those older kids help make the magic of the experience for the little ones is really beautiful. How about you? Do you have a favorite Nutcracker memory?
I do.
Oh, tell me.
And hopefully I'll be able to get through it here. So for me, it was the year that Jack was the Nutcracker because my mom was sick and I brought her to see it, and that was the last show she saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a really special
yeah.
one
And
for me.
that meant a lot to her to be able to see Jack on stage. So.
Indeed.
And
All
Julia
right.
too.
Well, thanks for taking us down memory lane of the Nutcracker
It's
all
so
the way
good.
up until the Nutcracker of this year.
Yes.
I am really looking forward to it.
I'm really looking forward to it too, and I hope that people will come and, people from. It's a holiday tradition for a lot of people. They come every year, even though they might not even know anybody in the cast. They come and see our Nutcracker, and it really means a lot to be able to bring that holiday tradition to the Holland community, Greater Holland community.
So get your tickets now. Also, last I checked, they were going fast.
Yeah, actually, I'm trying to think. It's the 3:00 show on Saturday, December 7th, only has 60 seats left. That's not a lot.
And the Friday one was about that.
About
also.
the same. I think it has 70 left.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more
So the early
for the 11 o'clock show.
11 o'clock Saturday.
Yeah, but we do sell out. I think last year we had like maybe 1 or 2 tickets left to each show. That was it. So yeah, get your tickets now.
And we'll see you there.
We'll see you there.
Avalon offers dance classes, music lessons, and theater classes 6 days a week. With over 40 teachers, we have something for kids and adults and everyone in between. You can reach the dance and theater department at avalonschoolofthearts.com and the music department at avalonmusicacademyofholland.com. Where dreams begin is in that magical space within. When your heart and your mind and your soul intertwine in wonder, that's where dreams begin.